when my husband of 8 years handed me an open marriage agreement and generously encouraged me to go out and have my own fun too. He definitely never expected that just 1 week later, he'd be collapsing to his knees amid a pile of hotel receipts, slapping himself in the face, and begging me through tears to stop seeing other people. My name is Lin Ch. I'm 30 years old this year. After graduating college, I worked at an advertising agency for 2 years. Later, because of an unplanned pregnancy, and since Chun Hao felt sorry for how hard I worked overtime, he asked me to quit my job and become a full-time mom. After 8 years, Nan Nan is now 5. I occasionally pick up some native advertising work as a side gig. I earn 3 to 5,000 yuan a month as my own pocket money. Meanwhile, Chun Hao has climbed to a mid-level manager position at his company. He earns 500,000 yuan a year. We own a house and a car in our second-tier city. He works outside while I manage the home. People always say I'm living a blessed life. I used to believe that myself. Until that late night 3 months ago. It was a Friday. Chun Hao came home from a work dinner a bit tipsy, but his eyes were very clear. He didn't shower and go to bed like usual. Instead, he called me out to the balcony. He lit a cigarette. The autumn night breeze was chilly, with a tone that was extremely rational, almost like he was presenting a project at work.
He said to me, she.
I've been reading a foreign sociology book lately about the dilemmas of modern marriage, and I think maybe our marriage could be a little more modern. I thought he wanted to discuss some deep philosophical topic. I even laughed and asked, "So what do you mean by more modern?" He turned to look me in the eyes and said, word by word, "I want to talk to you about an open marriage." I was stunned. He kept going, all talkative. "Look, we've been married 8 years. The emotional bond is deep. I do love you and Nan very much. But the physical excitement, marriage just can't provide that anymore. I don't want to sneak around like other guys. Because I respect you. So let's set some ground rules and get what we each need outside. But at home, it's still our family. Absolutely no divorce. No negative impact on the kid. A lot of foreign couples do it this way. We need to keep up with the times. Right?" He even added, you could go out and meet people too. You still look great. Even after having a child, you've only put on a little weight. Dress up a bit, and I'm sure plenty of guys would chase after you. I fully support you. We mind our own business." In that moment, I felt all the blood in my body rush to my head. But I didn't freak out. 8 years of marriage had already taught me a bottomless patience. I dug my fingernails deep into my palm and forced a smile. "So, do you already have someone in mind?" He looked away nervously and muttered, "No, this is just a progressive idea I wanted to discuss, in case something ever happened, so you'd be prepared and not cause a scene." The next day, while he was in the shower, I checked his phone. Sure enough, there was a chat window with someone named Jia Ya on WeChat. She's an intern who just joined his department 6 months ago. The chat history was very clean. No explicit messages, but all those good mornings. "The weather's gotten colder today. Remember to wear a jacket, and you looked so handsome in that meeting." Statements were like poison-tipped needles, constantly stabbing my eyes. I didn't cause a scene. Because I knew a woman who's been out of the workforce for 6 years and relies on her husband for living expenses every month has no right to flip the table right away. A month later, since I hadn't reacted, he brought it up again. He even presented me with a printed agreement. No bringing anyone home. Don't let it interfere with weekends with the kid. No developing real feelings for anyone else. Watching his self-righteous, double-standard attitude wanting to keep the main woman at home, while having his fun on the side, I suddenly laughed. I handed the agreement back to him. "Okay, I agree. But on one condition. I get to find someone first." If you really don't get jealous, then you can go find yours. Chan Hao's eyes literally lit up. It was like a massive weight was lifted off his shoulders. He hugged me. Wife, I knew you were a truly wise woman. From that day on, I put my plan into action. Actually, I called my best friend Ling Yun and borrowed her husband, Wei, who's a freelance photographer, to play the part. I started by buying new clothes, learning to do a full face of makeup, and on weekend nights, I'd leave Nan Nan with Chan Hao, put on perfume, and head out. I'd post friends only, Chan Hao stories on WeChat, showing 2 sets of forks and knives at an upscale restaurant, a glass of red wine in front of a 5-star hotel floor-to-ceiling window,
And
a photo of 2 hands intertwined on a steering wheel. But really, it was my and Ling Yun's hands. At first, Chan Hao still pretended to be cool about it. When I got home at 11 p.m., he'd be watching TV in the living room, coolly asking, "Did you have fun?" Go to bed early. But not even a week later, he couldn't take it anymore. That night, I deliberately didn't come home until 1 a.m. As soon as I walked in, he was sitting there on the sofa, face dark as thunder. The ashtray on the coffee table was overflowing. His voice was shaking. "Where have you been?" I changed my shoes. In a cheerful tone, just took a drive by the riverside with a friend. "Hey, wasn't it you who said we shouldn't meddle in each other's business?" He suddenly jumped up, grabbed my wrist, with surprising strength. "Are you actually getting feelings for him? You don't even pay that much attention to Nan Nan these days. Did you let him touch you?" Looking at his face twisted by jealousy, I couldn't feel more disappointed. This is the man who wanted to be modern, who said he respected me. But deep down, he's still a totally traditional male chauvinist. He gets to openly date younger girls, but his wife, even when he personally gives permission, still can't be touched by another man. I shook off his hand forcefully, pulled a stack of printed documents from my bag, and smacked him in the face with them. They were his hotel records with Zhao Ye, the bills from their weekend hot spring trips, excuses about working overtime, all the times they snuck off together. I spent nearly 10,000 yuan to hire someone to photograph them making out in the parking lot. Open marriage, right? I looked at his face go instantly pale. I finally couldn't hold back my tears. But I gritted my teeth to keep myself from sobbing out loud. "Chan Hao, stop trying to act noble. You're just a selfish, two-faced jerk. You want me to be your free housekeeper and help raise your kid, while you go have fun with young women outside. You brought it up first, and you're the one who started it. I was just following your new modern idea. So why the act now? Playing the victim?" He looked at all the photos scattered on the floor. His legs gave out, and he dropped right to his knees in front of me. "CHU, I was wrong. I was really wrong. That was a lie. I just wanted to make you mad." He started rambling and making excuses. He clung to my leg, crying his eyes out. "I thought you couldn't live without me. I thought you didn't dare go out and find someone else." I just momentarily lost my mind. "Chaku and Nanan, we can't have a broken family." When I heard the word Nanan, the wall in my heart completely collapsed. I insisted on getting a divorce, but he absolutely refused. He moved out. My in-laws sent me thousands of words apologizing every day. They even slapped themselves in front of Nanan. It scared Nanan to tears. She asked me, "Why is Daddy hating himself? Are we moving out?" Now we're stuck at an impasse like this. During the day, I see Nanan hugging his neck, calling him Daddy. I watch him put on an apron, trying to please me by cooking in the kitchen. At night, I hide under the covers alone, staring at my pathetically low bank balance, searching about stay-at-home moms, and how hard it is to fight for custody after a divorce. I really want to just leave everything behind, but reality presses down on me like a mountain. Even though he cheated,
it's almost impossible to kick him out with nothing.
And I don't have a steady job. There's no guarantee that Nanan will be allowed to stay with me. My best 8 years. The loose belly I have from giving birth, everything I gave up for this family. In the end, my career only earned me the excuse of physical needs. Marriage can't satisfy that. What makes me feel the most suffocated is, there are even elders around me who say, men are like that. All men cheat. Since he knows he was wrong now, and he's cut ties with the other woman, and handed you his salary card. For the child's sake, you should just put up with it. You're almost 30 and a mom. Do you really think you'll find someone better after divorce? So just because he cries and apologizes, and wants to come back to the family, am I supposed to forgive him? Is a stay-at-home mom's bottom line supposed to keep dropping lower and lower for the sake of the child and survival? It's almost dawn outside. Nanan rolled over in her sleep. Her little hand instinctively grabbed the corner of my shirt. She mumbled, "Mom." I buried my face in Nanan's pillow. My tears silently soaked a large spot. This damn life. How far does it want to push me before it's enough? If it were you, would you, for your child, for reality's sake, swallow this crap-covered fly and keep on living like this?